All right, I'm gonna say something that's gonna be an attempt, and I get it now that because I could say that I got sober, but it has to do with whether or not you get loaded. Because you can get high and be sober. You can't get loaded and be sober. It's a trick, right? You have to differentiate, and you have to look at, you have to look at and see if you really got high or if you got loaded. And that will help a lot of people to become sober, because it doesn't seem like much. You know, you're just doing what you normally do, which is like a critique. You know, you have your favorite drink, and you know there's drinks that you don't want to drink, right? Unless you have to. That can be defined as being controlled. What's it called? By the, being an alcoholic or something. But if you, just like as a connoisseur, let's say you want to evaluate the experience, it's like, what was that experience? Because you could be high as a kite and feel like shit. You might describe that as what is meant by being loaded. So you have to know that, but you have to know that being high and being loaded is still two different things. It can't be the same. It can't be the same thing, because nobody wants to get loaded. You know? So was I talking about being high and feeling like shit? Because sometimes people want to have a bad trip to learn more about themselves, or sometimes people do drugs that are difficult to do for more reward. And it could be done in a medical way that is not abuse, like with a qualified practitioner or something, and therapeutical, or what I mean. If it's damage reduction, then it's good, and you can say it's a good, right? Abusing is when you're chasing a high and getting loaded. So I assume a lot of people may stop if they, as an exercise or general exercise, try to evaluate the last time they got high. So was I really high or was I loaded? Because it can be boring if I try to relate to somebody as how high I got when I was getting loaded, and I'm not telling you about shit breath and stuff like this. Because the only thing they'll never tell you or never talk about when they say that it's not a problem or it hasn't been a problem yet, right? Is when you're thirsty and cotton mouth and alcohol and something, or medicine smell seeping through your pores, and sinus infections and shitty breath. So talk about that, because it's getting a little too close and personal, and it's like you're describing the failures now and shit. I'm not gonna let you do me like that. I'd rather carry on the party atmosphere, the party vibe, and sit and shit, like a dandy or something, Just like a dandy. I guess you should be wary of people talking recovery talk and stuff, because it's like someone who knows so much about recovery and everything. You have to watch them, because you get a feeling like they might die or something. You'll agree with them, and you'll get a lot of insights, and you'll be shocked as to how much they know about recovery, and then they'll relapse and die. You know what I mean? Like, you just get this feeling that sticks to your gut, and it's not nausea. You're not like, it's not really discomfortable. It's just, it's heavy. Like, it's just like this feeling like, I wonder if that person are thinking like that they're not going to relapse into it. They're vulnerable because they know so much about recovery, and they're finding a real niche in giving talks and stuff, like talking about it, like I am. Thing is, I'm not worried about me relapsing because I don't want to get loaded. Isn't that how it works? I don't want to get loaded. I like the last time, like the next time I see my friend who's going to ask me when was the last time you had a drink, and I'm going to be able to tell him that it was that time that you were the only one that offered me one drink because you were irritated about how I get around my family, and they're like saying you can't even have one. You know what I mean? When, you know what I mean? Because you, like, it's only a problem when you're drinking a lot than when you are not, when you're obviously not doing it like every day and shit like that. And you got it under control. Why can't you just have one? Like, what do people have to act like? Oh, we don't want no part of, we don't want to be around if you're going to be drinking, but you're only having one drink. So how is it going to be a problem if you're only having one drink? Now, you might relapse and get hooked again and drink after the fact. But why are they getting mad about tolerating your presence now when it's been established that you're only going to have one? Are you the type of person to take another one and be like, no, you know what? Let me get one more, and let me get one more, because there is that kind of drunk, and they get black-eyed drunk after a while, right? Like they start saying, you know, okay, we're gonna have one, but then they get another one, because you know it's about being with family and getting fucked up. That makes more sense than bickering and contentiousness and competition for the who has the nicer this or the nicer that. It lets you know that they're, you know, arrived and they're successful, and you can listen to them and everything like people want to feel. That's like a mental rub down massage, right? But I mean, wouldn't somebody be more together if they didn't care about that and they didn't want, you know what I mean? It's okay. They're not against it. If anybody wanted to, you know, they're not going to say, stop sucking up to me like an asshole. They're going to take a compliment, but they're just not going to be like, that's what I need today. You know what I mean? To get by. It's for people to give me compliments, you know? But you always replace one addiction with another, even when you get sober, even when you get clean. You're always going to be replacing it with something else, and then you're going to have to stop that, and then at some point in time, you will only have sugar to quit, to stop consuming sugar. Like, there's no really point to stop eating sugar. Well, there is a point to it before you get sober. Yeah, I guess there is a point to stop eating sugar first. If you want to try to learn more now about yourself and you're still, you know, doing things that you're not supposed to be doing, you might as well try not eating sugar, having any sugar. But if you know you're gonna have sugar, you shouldn't act like you're you know what I mean, some guru or something. And next thing I see is you're dumping sweeteners into iced tea or something. I'll be like, you? Even something trivial and little like that, I'll be like, I can't believe it's you doing it. Like, are you not supposed to have it? You know what I mean? Some people can have all the sugar they want to. I'm not gonna have a problem, but you not supposed to have it. It's weird if you do it. And maybe that's the reason why a lot of people go back and relapse, because they want to try again. And this time they want to do it and prove that they can handle it. Damn. This shit seemed like nothing, huh? Like, you didn't say anything I didn't already know. But the thing that's the most beguiling is that you never did anything that I didn't do before, as bad as you think it sounds. As much as you feel that you're this time you went and did it, you know what I mean? It's still nothing that I've never done. Even if this time you think you really fucked up. It's just when it's time to tell you that you haven't done anything that I haven't done before. Because it's not always appropriate to tell anybody that you ain't done nothing that I ain't never done before. Oh, shit. Now this is some amazing shit. It's like, when I needed a program, this shit is like not, this shit is boring, It's like, I don't want to deal with this shit. I was forced to be here. I don't want this program. But the thing is, you want the program, you just want the program on the outside world and your freedom. You don't want the program when you're being an institution. The thing is, you lose your freedom because you don't want a program when you're on the outside world. Until you're forced to recognize that you need a program, and it won't be a choice. You're going to have to want something that they offer you in the program, like not absolutely disgusting conditions that everybody else has in jail. It's like a little bit freer to walk around in like a little bit more like a dormitory instead of a pod. That's how they can offer. And no, almost like hardly anybody like some people probably could deserve to slip up and get kicked out, and then some people get kicked out because they don't know that they want the program. So it's like it could go either way. Like there's nothing really to make sure that they can keep you because you're disruption. So that's will be takeaway or something. There's to get removed when you become a disruption, to allow other people to do it, right? And it's weird because you might deserve to, you might deserve it first or more, but you're just allowed to see them and make another evaluation whether or not you like that situation better or not, because anybody could be removed, even if they didn't do anything wrong. Because there's a situation for that in those jail programs where if you didn't do anything wrong, that maybe like you get a call and say, okay, it's time to go to this ranch or it's time to do this. And you're like, yes, finally, I'm fucking out of here. And then you back to fucking crushing up pills and snorting pills on the ranch. But it's like, because you get those conditions that you like a little bit better than, you know what I mean? But it's like, do you need a program or do you? Because the only time you don't need a program is when you think you do. It's only when you realize that you need a program and then instantly, you don't need a program. But you might still go through the program before, because it's not going to be anybody to tell you that you don't need it anymore. That's because you did the inventory already. If you say that you did your inventory to have to say that you needed it. And the whole thing about people saying that they don't need it is doing other people's inventory. And the same reason why they were allowed themselves to get more fucked up is because comparatively or respectively compared to the next loser, they didn't look that bad. So it's given license. Like the functional alcoholics, they always say, don't worry about me when I drink because I got my shit in check. But you can't do any less damage with your shit in check protracted over an extended period of time than somebody who crashes out, wipes out, and then picks himself up off the floor with the damage that they've done. Those people that prolonged extracted functional abusers are gonna incur the same damage, or more or less. But I mean, it's gonna be the same, and then it could be worse because they have it in check, and it's all they always ever known themselves. They go along with it. It's like, me, I get a martini. Like, I'm not complete, you know what I'm saying? You can't really get my personality without the martini. Martini goes in my hand. Like, that's just part of, and that's a choice. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, you pay the consequences for it anyways. So it's nothing really wrong with that if you want that to be a part of make up your persona, like a mojo or something. That's like you identify with those things. That's like cool. I mean, as long as you're not trying to say that you're some kind of vegan, what I mean? And then you go to the taco truck in International at 2 a.m, drunk. Just be a drunk and fucking give everybody a fucking break already. If that's what you want to do that shit, and don't act like you're about some other shit, and you'll be all right. Damn. All right, I gotta get off of here, Otherwise, I'm gonna be superfluous and start going back over everything, saying that it's, what I'm saying. I started going back over. It's like over explaining shit. Trying to make sure I didn't not brash or something. Like, not misconfused with perceptions that a lot of people take. Because I could be fucking talking to you about you as if it was somebody else. Or I could I don't know. I guess that's it. Okay.